Hello ladies and gentlemen, as always, I'm your host Airsoft Al, and welcome to another Media Reviews. Still continuing, of course, the Johnny Boy Spotlight month of November 2021. Today's story is one that is based off a recently released anime that is already piqued my interest. It is a absolute eugenics nightmare known as 86.
I don't like where this is going.
You know, I mean, eugenics nightmare is that, well, apparently there are humans known as the 86 who are completely... Well, I'm not going to get into it any further because the more I do it's a little bit discomforting because it discusses it in the story itself, so we're going to get into that. But the name of this fanfiction, which is a new release, mind you, with only 2 chapters in it, is Brotherhood of Steel, Chronicles of the 86 UNSC Assault Corps. Now, this story I was pleasantly surprised by. Not only is it more or less the same old, oh, a fleet gets slip-spaced into it, which of course is Johnny Boy's trademark on that, or at least his style of transporting a UNSC forces into a anime or crossover or anything of that nature, but this one in particular is actually really interesting because of the reaction to the world. While, yes, and of course, many other Halo fanfictions, the reactions to the worlds they're in usually varies between holy shit and what the hell, as well as some saying they're wanting help. And in this one, when they're facing genocidal machines of Skynet proportion, they do decide to help out. However, it's not just the machines, it's the absolute racism and the segregation that forces their hand. Because originally, the 86 were a part of the Republic of Mongolian, apparently, this republic, essentially, that has been in this war for 9 years. However, the big thing about it is that apparently these albino-looking motherfuckers decided that these people, who did not look like them, should be the ones to do all the fighting, and lied to their government, which are absolute eugenics, fricking Sieg Heil motherfuckers, decided that apparently the 86 are nothing more than tools needed to be used.
Oh, hell no!
And lie to the people saying that the 86 are not being used, that no mortal people are being used out in the fighting.
Bullshit! Bullshit!
And it's all machines against machines, which I guess that's good on their guilty fucking conscience, or probably they don't have a conscience and are just doing this, those evil fucking bastards. But when the UNSC finds out about this, or at least the fleet that is there, they realize that these kids need a better life. And as such declare right then and there, like the title of the story itself, that they are now part of the UNSC in a basic sense, if you can read between the lines. The admiral of this fleet has inducted the 86 into the UNSC, and now made them into the 86 Assault Corps. In a way, and in a sense, trying to save these kids. Now they do have a plan to, more or less, come in, introduce themselves, and that's more or less the 2 chapters in a nutshell. Now, how could this go forward? Well, number one, this is how I can see it happening. The UNSC, in terms of making a grand old fucking entrance, is going to basically have the fleet fly over, or at least their largest ship, fly over the capital, District 1, and immediately announce to the world that they are not alone, kind of like the Brotherhood of Steel.
People of the Commonwealth, do not interfere. Our intentions are peaceful. We are the Brotherhood of Steel.
By the way, I don't think I haven't noticed how you used the Brotherhood of Steel as the title. You did that for the clicks and for the algorithm, because you knew Fallout fanfictions are actually very popular on fanfiction.net, didn't you, you son of a bitch? But what I'm trying to say is that they will definitely do that, because again, this is the UNSC, and being led by a woman who's now fucking furious.
Oh! Now you fucked up! Now you fucked up! Now you fucked up! You have fucked up now!
At the fact that they are using children. And they are treating these children as nothing more than fucking tools. And the way this can go forward, essentially, and how they can handle it, especially threaten them, is literally tell them, we're in orbit. We have more advanced weapons than you. We can literally bomb your city, level your city.
First, take a big step back and literally fuck your own face!
From orbit, and you cannot touch us.
And I will rain down on a godly fucking firestorm upon you. You're gonna have to call the fucking United Nations and get a fucking binding resolution to keep me from fucking destroying you.
We can drop nuclear bombs on you, and you cannot touch us. We are taking the 86 with us.
I am talking scorched earth, motherfucker! I will massacre you! I will fuck you up!
And there's not a damn thing you can do about it. Or better yet, they're going to offer the ultimatum of basically the 86 are now UNSC citizens and are being inducted as UNSC citizens. And if you try anything or try to stop us, we'll nuke you back to the Stone Age and let the machines have your world while we take these people away on our ships.
Peace was never an option.
That is the best way they can do it, because in this situation, in this scenario, the UNSC have the backing. They have the bigger gun in this situation. They very much so can strong-arm their way into this. They can do gunboat policy in this, because all it takes is to show off a Mac gun firing at the enemy, and boom. Right then, right there, they take them seriously. Now, whether or not they're arrogant bastards, and of course the albino pigs don't... That doesn't mean that the UNSC is not going to not try to do what they do best. Now, outside of that, there is some camaraderie between already the 86, the Spearhead Unit, or Spearhead Squadron, and the UNSC forces that are already there. I can see the connections already being formed. As such, the UNSC military doctrine and the way they fight is going to definitely transfer over to the 86. Speaking of the 86, I can see the UNSC Admiralty actually taking all these kids in orbit, not wanting to be on this planet any longer. Like, I'm serious. If I was a part of the Admiralty in this fleet, in the Admiralty table, or part of any sort of officer cadre that is in command of the entire fleet, I would push forward the motion to evacuate all those under the service age, or evacuate the minors. Get those 86 that are civilians, essentially, out of the war zone, off the planet. Get them the hell out of there. And educate them, and induct them as UNSC citizens. And whether or not the albinos want to essentially raise a fuss over it, they left the 86 to die. They claimed them as to be non-existent 86. So they basically lost their say in what happens with the 86 when they basically abandoned them, when they basically made them off the record, non-fucking existent. And as for the handler of the 86, or handlers, this is where I think things can really push forward in terms of the kind of craziness that's going to happen. Because they did say in the story, and spoiler mind you, that they have their FTLs working again. Here's how I think this can come out, because depending on any sort of timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly stuff, I could see them sending a ship back to Earth, or being able to try and send a ship back to Earth, to let them know, hey, here's what's going on, and probably come at the events after the war, essentially, and find out that the war's over, what have you, and then the UNSC coming and helping this planet, essentially, or even the Sangheili coming and helping this planet. Again, there are so many ways this can be taken, and the best solution, or at least the best way I can see this happening, is basically the 86, or those that can be evacuated, and slowly integrate their military forces, their military technology that they're using, into the UNSC arsenal, or at least the UNSC arsenal being integrated into the 86's arsenal, or at least the frontline forces. Because if the 86, which again in the title of the actual story is the 86 UNSC Assault Corps, is inducted into the UNSC military, I can see them being, again, being given UNSC equipment and guns and gear. And once the Mantis, I guess the Mantis shows up, or as we like to call him,
Oh, don't worry about matters. I haven't even introduced him.
Introduced who?
Freckles! Come! Everyone, I would like you to meet Freckles! Freckles! Say hello.
I miss Red vs. Blue, I really do. Either way, though, aside from that, what do I think of the story? The story is really good, in my opinion. The story is well done and well researched. I'm looking forward to what Johnny does in the future. But, either way, though, ladies and gentlemen, I was informed from the Cadian review about my statement for a good Halo x Valkyrie Chronicles crossover that apparently Johnny actually did a crossover with Halo x Valkyrie Chronicles. So it's only fair that I entertain his request and actually check out his Valkyrie Chronicles x Halo or Halo x Valkyrie Chronicles story and see exactly if it holds up and if it's as good as he claims it to be. Till next time, ladies and gentlemen, and if you want to help out the channel, consider donating to our PayPal down below. It's folks like you that actually make these videos possible. And if you want to come join me in the Discord server, along with Johnnyboy11 and many other offers from fanfiction.net or even Wattpad, or ScribeHub, or even Royal Roads, I guess I meant to say, then consider checking out the Discord link down below. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Airsoft Al, and I will see all you lovely people in the next video. Till next time. Later.